Welcome to the legal issues of MLM inside this MLM incubator. The point of this video is to give you guidance to explain the difference between good and bad systems. Because there are plenty of people and plenty of resources that have a lot of opinions that are usually foolish and naive, and many of them say the same exact thing, that all these systems are crooks. So we're going to try and take a more sophisticated approach to really help you have the confidence to be able to get into a good system. So here I'll do a 5-part test that will give you some great guidance. But before I launch into it, let's go ahead and do an overview of why there's the reason for the gray area in the first place. Now here's a list of the common concerns around MLM. Buyback policies, sustainability issues, internal consumption, and unethical practices by individuals. Now it's important to understand the birthplace of MLM. And according to Vandernet and Keep from the Journal of Public Policy and Marketing, in an article entitled Marketing Fraud, an approach for differentiating MLM for pyramid schemes, they found that the MLM concept was actually created by an entrepreneur named Carl Renberg of Neutralite. This is what an entrepreneur is, not just made from a scheme set from a crook. Now, Carl found that the best way to educate customers was through direct selling, and the best way to increase the salespeople within his company was to compensate existing sellers to recruit new salespeople. Now, according to that same article, a legal and legal system share the same exact characteristics. Now also, from the Fair Trade Act of 1973, regulators are always trying to attempt to regulate pyramid selling so that they can protect distributors who want out. And one provision was the buyback policy. So these have been around for a long time, and you've got many regulatory bodies that are trying to protect people. Now, the overall look of the structure may be the same from legal to illegal, but the practices within the company are, and those are the main giveaways. So if the philosophy of the company focuses more on recruitment rather than selling, then you've got a scheme on your hands. But there is gray area to that, because really, people's opinions can justify that any kind of an MLM is like that. So with that said, this is here to help you with the guidance through the gray areas and give you confidence that what you're dealing with isn't the foolish, they're all crooks standpoint. So here's your 5-point test. First, how is the money made? Legitimate systems sell to customers, not just simply recruiting. This became significant in the Webster versus Omnitrition case that looked to define illegal and legal systems, and that was a huge factor of it. Also, are the products legitimate? Here's the test. Can consumers' lives be benefited from the product or service? The rest of the 5-point test. Are the costs clear, such as registration or application fees, inventory, or cost to operate the business? And also the training to understand the business and be successful. Bottom line here is there shouldn't be any costs that show up on your bank statement that you weren't aware of in the first place. The amount of work required test. You've got to be able to decipher the possible spin that recruiters will use to sell the idea. Realize immediately that MLM is not a get-rich-quick scheme. These things take time and work, so make sure to watch out for puffery. Make sure to watch out for any kind of recruiter who says that this is absolutely the easiest thing you'll have to ever do, and here's 2 things to make money right away. How long have they been around? A system is usually legitimate when you can succeed regardless of your timing into the business. So here's a test for you on that. If the major selling point is that the business is recent and that you gotta get in now to get the good stuff, that's a red flag. You have to watch out for people who are recruiting, knowing that the quality of the opportunity diminishes with each distributor. Big point there. Now, that was your overall summary of the legitimate issues with MLM. Feel free to pick the next topic and see you at the next training.